let's go over a couple easy ways that you guys could get into more interactions throughout your day to day. I think as a man, one of the most under-taught yet most important skill sets as you grow up, as you become a man, especially if you want to be at the higher levels of a masculine, confident dude, is to be able to start interaction with anybody, anywhere. That's the foundation. You guys look up technical pickup lines to meet women, but you can't even open a fucking stranger on the street. Good morning. Speaking of, this guy was looking at me. I was like, good morning. But you got to be able to do that, right? You got to be able to just say what's up to anybody at any time. Otherwise, you're not already in rhythm. You're going to be really in your head. And then, God forbid, the hot girl does walk by, dude. You're not going to be able to say shit to her. So let's go over, in my opinion, these are very small, subtle tips, but they make all the difference because you guys don't realize how much fucking opportunity you have just in your day-to-day to open people and to start conversation. And more importantly, to build the momentum up, to raise your frequency as you're going throughout the day. It's just going to boost your state altogether. You're going to walk around feeling more confident. You're going to walk into a room not scared, not anxious. When you go out on the weekends, you're going to feel more in flow because you're already talking to people throughout your whole week, right? So there's two main concepts I wanted to discuss with you guys here. And they're both fundamental, critical skill sets that you need to know. I don't care who you are. You need to be able to do this. The first of which is asking what I call obvious questions. All right, it's a very undervalued skill set that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but I found myself doing this consistently, and it really, really helped me get into more interactions because a lot of the time we think we need to have this amazing open to start talking to people, or we think we need to have a reason to start talking to people. There's dudes that are like, well, I could say something if the situation was like perfect and it made sense why I would need to ask them a question. And it's like, yeah, no shit, right? And that's why this first tip is so powerful, is because when you understand this, you could really do this in damn near any situation. So it's what I call is the obvious question. What's up, dude? That's the third technique. I keep doing it in this video, but it's just saying what's up. That's not even in this video, but you should be able to do that too. When people are walking by, just say what's up, even if they don't respond. You say, fuck yeah, let's go. But the obvious question, it's loud as fuck over here. The obvious question, I'll go through a couple different situations of how this works. The way I kind of developed this was in the elevator, because I would walk into the elevator, I would say, hey, what's up? And then I would always ask the person, are you going to the lobby? Like if they're coming into the elevator with me, I say, are you going to the lobby? And they say, yes. Every so often they'll say, no, I'm going to floor number 3 or whatever, but they'll almost always say yes. And then that creates a communication line between the two of us, which then makes it easier to say, how's your day going, by the way? Because most of you dudes, if you get into the elevator and you don't say a word, and then time goes by, 1, 2, 3 seconds of silence goes by, now there's like this weird silence that's been created, and it's harder for you to just pivot and then say, how's your day going, by the way? Because it's just weird at that point. But for whatever reason, I've noticed if you can start off, the moment you see the person, you could start off by just asking an obvious question. It creates a dynamic where now I can go into, how's your day going? Or it's a lot easier to just keep the communication going when it's already been created. I'll give you another example. I'm at the gym just now. I'm leaving the gym, and this dude was working out near me. He came over. I had just moved this barbell out of the way. There was a long barbell on the ground. I curled it and moved it over out of my way. So I started doing sit-ups. He came into the vicinity, and as he came back over, I saw him adjusting something. I said, oh, were you using the barbell? I just moved it over. I pretty much knew he wasn't using the barbell. I knew he wasn't using the barbell. I'm like 90% sure he wasn't using the barbell. But he said, no, I'm not, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, that's what's up, man. Let's get it, dude. How's your day going? Right? And it makes sense now, because if he's just doing that and I go up to him and I just say, hey, man, how's your day going? He's going to be like, it's good, but like, who the fuck are you? So just that simple question adds context that allows you to keep the conversation going. You could do this with women, even on the street, because some of you guys might be thinking, well, how do I do that in a cold approach on the street? the easiest way would be to stop and then ask them for directions. Like, that's still a question. It is kind of like a cheat code, and I don't recommend you being super reliant on that. But this technique I'm teaching you guys is really good in a variety of different situations. All right? So it's just asking a question, a random question. And what I've noticed is in most situations, like if you're in a class, you're in a gym, you're in an elevator, you're in like a nightclub even, like you can ask some kind of question. I used to do this too in nightclubs when I would be talking to somebody, but there would be a girl nearby or a girl in the adjacent group next to me that I thought was really attractive. And instead of just abruptly going over to her and saying, how's your night going? And there's like more pressure around that. If I was already talking to somebody right here and there was people nearby and I was already talking, I would say, oh, are these your friends? Right? I ask an obvious question, even though I kind of knew it's not their friend, but now there's context as to why I'm asking them. Hold on, it's loud. But I would ask them, oh, are these your friends, by the way? And then they would look over and say, no. I said, oh shit, I thought you guys all knew each other. But anyway, fuck it, I guess we're friends now. How's your night going, by the way? So you see how that obvious thing, or not so obvious thing, because it's like, a lot of the times the answer is no, but by doing that, it breaks the fucking communication line, and it's a very easy transition off of that. All right, so that's number one, is the obvious questions. Because a lot of you people you're not saying these things to people, and then it creates more pressure to then open, and feels random to open, and you're right, in a lot of situations it is like that. So it's a form of indirectly creating context, which then sets the foundation for you to transition into more conversation. Let's talk about number two, which I've talked about a lot, but it's worth repeating. Everybody needs reminders on this. Giving compliments in your day-to-day to anybody you see. You got to find ways to give more compliments to people. Because I tell guys to do this and they say, well, it just doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like myself when I'm giving the compliment. It feels weird. And I always say the same thing. It's like, dude, I know it's not you. It's not natural. You haven't been doing it. And that's okay. You got to push yourself a little bit. What's up, bro? I like the shirt, dude. Repping it. It's repping the gym shirt. That's me giving a compliment. All right? And you're not going to make a best friend the first time you give a compliment. Some of these people won't even acknowledge you. It's all good. We're working on a skill set long term. We're consistently, on a daily basis, working on a skill set that is going to lead to a massive transformation over the course of 6, 12, 24 months. When you guys look back on your life, some of you dudes have been following me for years and you haven't made that much progress. Do you know why? There's no consistency. You lack guidance. You lack structure. I have dudes that come into my program, they've been studying content longer than I have. And I'm like, dude, I was at a lower level than you. You were studying content. I went from that to teaching this internationally. Why is that? It's the lack of consistency. It's not because I have a superpower. I'm a normal dude. I started at very, very low levels. Very low levels. But it's the consistency. So using these tools on a daily basis, long term, you got to make a commitment to doing this. Like some of you dudes are so dedicated with your business or your fitness or other areas of your life. It's like, why can't you put that into your social confidence? It's going to change your life. Another fucking street cleaner, dude. I think the street's already clean, bro. God damn. But these two things, if you do these consistently, it changes something in the way you see the world. You're not shackled. You're not in your head as much. You're not going to have anxiety, but you need to do them consistently. You can't just go out Saturday night and do it. Saturday night or Sunday could be an opportunity for a longer session where you push yourself even harder. That's great. I encourage you to do that. But think about the small burst every single day that you need to push through to create that foundation. I still do it every day, guys. I'm literally doing it while I'm filming the video. Do you get that? Every day I'm at the gym. It's part of my social workout. You have a physical workout, you need a social workout, bro. And as you keep doing that consistency, that's going to become easy. That will set a foundation for you to then build off of, to go further and further and further. And eventually you'll get to a point where you just want to go up and approach women. It took me 21 to 28 days in a row of approaching women straight to get to a point where I genuinely wanted to go up and approach girls. You got to do it consistently. Commit to the process, dude. All right? Start using those two techniques in your day-to-day right now to get yourself into more interactions. And every time you do it, good or bad reaction, it's a fuck yeah, I'm taking action. That's the action I need to be taking long-term consistently to build up the social confidence to become the dude I want to become. You want to be able to network with high-level dudes, get hot women, make money, coaching, be a leader. This is the skill set. It starts with this shit right here, guys. All right, if you want to accelerate your progress, if you want direct coaching or surround yourself with a community of dudes that are doing this and actually talk to me on live calls multiple times a week or even one-on-one, link is in the description. Let me change your life. I started at a very low level. I could transform you. I'm still transforming right now. I'm still leveling up. Come up there with me. Click the link in the description. Let's fucking get it, boys.